Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Vanilla Minecraft with Zaffageek and...
Lab Wrangle.
You know what I've realized these episodes have been about? Like, we're recording it at about 15 minutes. We want to stop at 15 minutes every time and we talk about crap, right?
Yes.
This series has gone about... It's about Minecraft. We build stuff and, you know, we've got our goals, but... Essentially, it becomes about, it's a gaming talk show, where we talk about games while playing Minecraft. Because yes. Minecraft is mindless enough so that we can talk about games and do the things we need to do in Minecraft. That's what I've realized, right? So, I love this.
Yes.
I love this. This is not a game about Minecraft. This is a game about two people playing Minecraft talking about games. I think I should rebrand the series.
I think so too. That might
because it'll
encourage people to visit us.
Yeah, and it'll be the truth. Because right now we're sitting here going, everybody looks at this like, oh, Minecraft. I'm thinking of a new name. I'm probably gonna rename it. I mean, the new videos like that. So by the time you see this video, this would be the second or third video with the new name.
Yes.
And
rebranded for better marketing. Okay,
yes.
Here's a question for you.
My shovel just broke. Yeah, what's the question?
I'm gonna post this up on our game one-liners.
Hmm.
The question is Master Chief or Samus?
Okay. That is a wrong thing to ask because I only have experienced Master Chief. So for my answer, it will be Master Chief. I've never played any of them. Is it Metroid?
Yeah, Metroid.
Yeah, I've never played any of the Metroids. I never had any. I've had exposure to it, but it was like, I didn't. Maybe I got exposed to it at a wrong point in my life or wrong time in my life, but I would say Master Chief because I had an awesome multiplayer Halo experience once.
I see.
Yes.
Well, let me qualify the question ever so slightly. Is for those that don't know, Master Chief is a... Depending on which Halo you are looking at, it could either be a guy or an android or a cyborg, depending on your interpretation of the Halo games. But
Spoilers.
He is a badass that never speaks. He just kills shit and is like hardcore badass in a metal suit.
Sleep.
Samus.
Sleep.
Oh, you're already in your bed.
Go before that speeder comes here. Yes. And Samus?
Samus is essentially... okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, essentially the same from the Metroid games. Now, Samus was a badass chick in a power armor. And she kicked ass and took names, very much like Master Chief. But towards the end of the series, like Metroid Other M, they made her a bit of a whiny bitch. They took away her awesomeness and made her a little bit too weak, which is sad.
It is.
But looking at the original concept of both, I think this is a discussion for...
There's a topic up for discussion.
Yeah, perhaps we should get advocates of both sides and have them have a go at it on the air.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. So, okay, we'll sort that out. But for me, it's got to vote for Master Chief. I've got to vote for Master Chief. Yes. Now,
I think I'm going to end up voting for Master Chief as well, but because of the fact that his voice was done by Kiefer Sutherland in one of the movies.
Oh yeah, okay then. That's kind of cool. Do you know... Oh, speaking of voices and stuff for games, you know Nathan Fillion? Captain
clarify.
Captain Malcolm from Firefly.
Yes,
Nathan Fillion.
Also in Castle. Yes,
In Castle, yes, he is. His digital likeness and his voice is being lent to. Oh crap! I'm gonna screw this up. I think it's in the new Halo that's being released. It was showcased at E3. It's either that or I think it was the Halo. It wasn't the Gears of War. I might be wrong on this. So that's the cool thing. Nathan Fillion always.
That is cool.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion is an awesome guy. But now we've got about 10 minutes to talk about this, so hopefully we've got enough time.
Yes.
So we were talking about the old games of Painkiller in a previous episode, right?
Yes.
So there's another genre that has been overlooked heavily, right? I'm currently playing one game in that genre, and it's called Prison Architect. It's a simulation management, prison management game. Now, I love these management games, especially if they're done well. And Prison Architect is on sale for Steam for something like $3 or something at the moment. So when you watch this video, it will be too late, but at the moment, it's on sale for something crazy. And they're doing it right. I mean, they took a premise, prison, and you have to manage it. You have to build up a prison from scratch, and they've implemented brilliantly. But it's still a genre that I think needs a bit more like. There's so many more things that you can manage, and if you make it into a game, it can be it can be fun. The last management game before this that I played personally was what's that game's name? Game Dev Tycoon.
Yes.
But it ended up being you play for half an hour, you gain your second or third office, your third upgrade to your office for your game dev studio, and after that it's like, okay, now I need to grind out the rest. There wasn't any more interesting things. Once you've made like your fair set of like, in the Game Dev Tycoon, it's like you can make first person, you can make any game and you can customize it, and it's kind of cool to know that your company is on the leading edge of 3D technology, blah blah blah, because that's what I usually go for. Is I literally make an id software with my Game Dev Tycoon, because that is the game thing that I like. That's what I do. Interesting side note, if you pirated the game, you would lose the game due to piracy. People would pirate your games too much and you wouldn't be able to make buck on it.
That's clever. That's clever.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I bought the game, actually, is because of that. Oh wow, if you pirate it. When I heard that piracy trolling, I'm like, oh yes, I'm buying this game just because they did that.
Trolling for the win, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole management thing has always kind of been the neglected stepchild of the gaming industry. It is, we all know probably the most famous management game would be the SimCity franchises.
Okay, probably the most famous. Yeah, okay, let's call it the most famous, yeah?
There have been many iterations of the management thing. I mean, I've seen management seen Theme Hospital, I've seen the Dungeon Keeper stuff, which, in my opinion, was of the most awesome, if not the most awesome.
It is the most awesome. That's why I'm currently playing War for the Overworld.
Yeah.
It's the spiritual successor. Buggy as hell.
I really think I should get that.
You should. It's really. I'm warning you. It's like 2 months after they release. It's been released.
Yeah.
It's still buggy as hell. There's placeholders for some of the items you place down in the game. I'm like, this is an officially released game, and you find a class.subjects / creature / monster / this, and you're like, but I'm placing down a goblin.
Now, so there is that. There are some amazing versions of management games out there. Like I say, SimCity is probably the most popular or the most famous. the Dungeon Keeper series is probably the best, and there are many iterations of similar things, and then there are many iterations of total garbage out there. I mean, there's stuff like Restaurant Manager, and
What
it's
manager?
always been a thing. Restaurant Manager,
Yeah.
crap like that, or Fast Food Manager, or stuff like that. That miss the point completely. But then again, you get awesome other ones, like Evil Genius,
Yes.
which
I know
feels very
this.
much like a modern version of Dungeon Keeper.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's the same. You know, you've got the heroes coming to stop your evil plans, and instead of goblins and orcs and trolls, you've got minions and soldiers and henchmen.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a modernized Dungeon Keeper, but still amazing game. So they need to sort of discover an identity of their own, because it's such a hit and miss. I mean, you will have things that you will remember for decades, and then you have things that are completely, I spent money on this crap. But like I say, it's the neglected stepchild of the gaming industry, which is sad.
It is.
But yeah, maybe they need to just spend a little bit more time in it. I think the reason why these don't ever gain as much massive mainstream popularity is because of the level of AI coding required for these to actually work.
Okay. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this, but the AI is supposed to be smart, and for the most part, games like Battlefield, Call of Duty, whatever, these things aren't smart. Monster goes from here to there, or the sprite or bad guy, whatever, goes from here to there, and it shoots at you. He doesn't have his moods, he doesn't have his job, he doesn't have any free thought of his own. Whereas with management games, the people all have their own ideals and thoughts and desires and stuff, and all these things have to be coded, you know, and what you do has to have an influence on their behavior, and I think it's a difficult thing to do. Not in terms of modern technology like 3D animation, physics, that sort of thing, but more in complicated mathematical probability algorithms.
Yes. No, that's the thing. I want a decent sim game, and for the time being, listen, Prison Architect. Holy shit!
Yes,
it's amazing. I mean, I went to bed quite early this morning, and when I woke up, I spent like 4 or 5 hours playing that game. And in those 4 or 5 hours, I restarted the game about 7 or 8 times, because I'm like, okay, cool, I need the most effective way to build this. And then each time I progress a little further in my prison, and then when crap starts to go wrong, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll restart a new one. It's not it's not as objective based as, let's say, Evil Genius. Evil Genius was quite objective based. It's like, for this thing, you need to defend your base against these guys, and you need to stay hidden for so long, you know. Prison Architect is like, build a prison, families, and they like tell you like on the sides, like, people want to have visitation rights, and you're like, okay, cool, I have to build a visitation room. Then you build the visitation room, and then you're like, shit, I ran out of money, start a new prison, and you start designing a prison that's more effective than the previous one. And you like always like, before we started recording this, I built my first visitation room with money to spare. Before that was like, oh, people want to visit their prisoners, or the prisoners, like, shit, I don't have any money to spend it on it. So it's like every time it's a little bit more effective, the way that I'm building my prison and everything. And sleep.
Yeah. On my way. Can see the tower in the distance. Might want to climb up the wall. I'm still going to be a while. Yeah, look, management game. The management, don't know what you want to call them, games have always had a certain special place in my heart. I've always liked them because they are different. They satisfying when you do it right,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to other games that have got a more of an instant gratification motor.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some games have more of a it's like a child that you raise and grow.
Yes.
That I think has always been the appeal. I think that's why people like them, and I also think that's why they are so confused about their identity, because nobody really knows what's going to work until it does. Another one comes to mind that was actually a lot of fun, but unfortunately it didn't have that much staying power. It was called there's two I can think of. The one is give me a second to think of the name.
Okay, while you think of it,
yeah.
while you think of it, we're gonna have to call it. This is the end of the recording.
Yes,
and
Cultures was the game where you had like these Vikings that you had to build a town for, and you had to breed them, and it was, yeah. The other one I'll think of at the next recording.
At the next recording, yes. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, people of the YouTubes, thank you for watching, and in the next episode we will continue our discussion on some management games, or whatever you want to call it.
And this episode is dedicated to the Antons out there.
The Antons and the Antoines. The Antons, okay.
Antonios.
The Antonios. If your name starts with Anton, then this is for you. Thank you very much, everybody. See you next time.
Till next time.